Hi, I'm Laura Brandenburg from Bridging the Gap, and today we're going to talk about how to articulate your transferable business analyst skills across industries and sectors. Because we are in a period of record unemployment. A lot of people have been unexpectedly laid off, recently unemployed, and now are facing what feels like a flooded job market. And it might be that the area or industry in which you have a lot of experience doesn't have a ton of opportunity right now in the current economy. And you have the business analysis experience and skills, but you are wondering, how is it relevant today? How can I make it relevant to a future employer? One thing I like to always emphasize when it comes to job search is that you only need one job. And even in a flooded market where it can feel like, there might be hundreds of people applying for each and every position because there's so many people looking for jobs right now, you really only have to stay focused on finding that one opportunity that is a great match for your skills and experience. And I feel like this takes a little bit of the pressure off. You don't need all the jobs. The actual ratio of jobs to job seekers isn't quite relevant if you find the one position that is absolutely perfect for you. So let's just talk about how to frame your experience. So at their core, your business analysis skills transfer across industries. So analyzing a process in the insurance domain, say for a new customer to receive a quote, is not any different than analyzing a process in a nonprofit domain, say for a donor to make a donation. The content of those processes is obviously very different, right? Like it's not going to have the same steps or the same stakeholders, but how we analyze that process is exactly the same. This is true for all of the business analysis skills that we teach at Bridging the Gap: business process analysis, use cases and wireframes and user stories, data modeling techniques, as well as the business analysis process framework that's in our BA Essentials Masterclass. And you can learn more about those core skills if you'd like in our Quick Start to Success workshop. That's absolutely free. And you go to bridgingthegap.com/quick. There's hyphens in that to get the workshop, and there should be a link below this video as well. But truthfully, yes, those core skills are the same, and you can take them with you across organizations and across industries and from one role to another. But many business analysis roles have some level of specialization to it, which means that they require expertise in a special area in addition to those core foundational business analysis skills. So in a job market where demand exceeds the supply, say in a hot specialization, one of those examples right now is Salesforce.com, you can often leverage your BA experience to get into that specialized area. So, or you can also, on the flip side, if you have experience in that specialization, whether it's a tool or an industry, you can leverage that specialization to get into business analysis. So just as an example of this, Tony V. Martin had Salesforce experience. She was like a super admin for Salesforce, and she was really doing a lot of business analysis activities, but didn't really realize it at the time. And she took formal training from business analysis, or from Bridging the Gap in business analysis, to really formalize and shore up her business analysis skills, and that allowed her to accelerate into leadership roles as a business analyst. So, but a key there was that Salesforce business, or that Salesforce experience, was really a hot specialization at the time. Now, in a flooded job market like we're at today, there are still those specialties that are kind of sucking up people, because there's still the supply, the demand for those roles still exceeds the supply available. So those are definitely areas where you'll find an easier path. You'll find more opportunities to apply to. But you will, if you don't have that experience, need to do some more work to position the relevance of your skills. So I want to talk about this in a lot of depth, because I think most of us undercredit the value of our skills and experience. And this looks like drawing attention to the commonalities in your experience and the opportunities that you're seeing in the market right now. And you need to do this work. So often people are like, why doesn't an employer see that I can do this for them, that my skills are transferable? Very few people will read into your resume for you. Every once in a while, there's like a gem who oh my gosh, this person would be perfect and I can see how it relates, but those are few and far between. by and large, you need to be doing this work to make the connections. You need to decide to look for these commonalities instead of focusing on the gaps. And this is part mindset. Like, it's easy to get overwhelmed and feel like we're not enough and feel like all of these jobs have all of these requirements and we don't have these skills and what are we going to do, and kind of fall into a spin out around that. It's a conscious choice to decide to look for the commonalities, to look for how I can relate my past experience to something that I'm seeing in the job market today. If all you're looking for is the gaps, you are only going to see gaps, and that's going to draw out or lengthen out your job search. So you want to look for areas of specialization that are relevant in some new contexts. So some examples would include business applications. I've already mentioned Salesforce.com. Other examples would be SharePoint, ServiceNow, essentially any business application that you have used as an end user, or you have done business analysis or other types of project work on, could be an area that you can leverage into new industries. So if you've worked on Salesforce and nonprofit, you could leverage that into a more corporate setting, because the tool itself is the same. Then you can also look at functional domains like finance and human resources and product management and marketing, right? These functional areas have similarities that span and are relevant across industries. So where did you have experience working in a finance area or a human resources area? And how can you take that to bridge into a new industry? And then the third thing you want to look for is tangential or related industries. So for example, somebody in a nonprofit role in donor management has experience that would relate to processes and systems in a customer-oriented role in a service company, right? It's different, but it's related because you're dealing with people, you're talking about a complex sales process, with multiple touch points in it. You might be using the same system to do that, right? That's where it goes back to that business application, which again, it could be Salesforce, or it could be another CRM, customer relationship management tool. Okay, so look for those commonalities from the kind of systems and processes that you analyze in your old role to what we're seeing in the marketplace. Another example would be somebody who's working in a point of sale system in the retail industry that's been hit super hard right now, could take that experience into the grocery industry, say. Similar with supply chain experience, right? Just think of how our food supply chains are shifting right now with less people eating out and more people buying food at the grocery stores. So just, think bigger about how that could apply and how you could make your experience relevant. And a really important key here is also not to overlook side projects. So one of our participants who's active in the Business Analyst Blueprint training program right now, she's been working with her roommate to bring her CPA practice online. And she started this even before the pandemic hit. And it was her sample project for the blueprint that she's been working with our instructors on for the last few months. And it actually, as a side note, ended up leading to a bit of paying work for her too. So that's a really cool side benefit of this. But in a bigger picture of what she can do now with her career is she can position that to help other CPAs get their businesses online. And she could possibly even go a bit broader to helping other locally based, service-based businesses as well get their businesses online because she's helped the CPA and has that experience to speak to. So it was a side project, but it really opens up an entirely new industry for her. And if you're thinking, well, I don't have a side project, that's a great opportunity to actually go out and do maybe a little bit of pro bono work for a local company that's been hit really hard right now, or a friend or a colleague or a nonprofit that you feel called to help right now. Not with the goal of volunteering long term, but with the goal of building that competence, that experience, that confidence that comes with kind of fulfilling that need and helping them through that need. And we actually have seen this happen multiple times in our Business Analyst Blueprint program, that it leads to either paying work with that client or other opportunities in related organizations in that local area. Or what we're doing now can all be online, right? Because everybody's hiring remote workers right now when they are hiring. So finally, I just want to emphasize that when you do this work, when you figure out your transferable skills, when you kind of frame yourself in your best possible light, Like, you can do all of this and you might still find that your application is weeded out if there are many applicants that have the specialized experience that that particular employer is looking for. So it's really important not to take this personally. It's not a reflection of your capabilities as a business analyst. Just keep looking for those connections, keep making them clear in your resume, putting them in your cover letter, and also be sure that you're not relying just on an online job application process, right? Just submitting your resume and emailing it in or putting it in online, hoping that the next opportunity comes up. Connecting and networking is more important now than ever. It's going to give you an opportunity to understand what that industry is like and make the connection between what you've done before. The more people that you can talk to, the better. And yes, that can all be done online, but I'm talking about getting out from behind your email and actually talking to people on the phone, over Zoom, through a video chat of some sort, okay? So that you're actually making that connection. But most importantly, what I want for you today is to hold that belief in yourself that there is an organization out there who needs you. They have a problem that they don't know how to solve, and you can help them solve it. Okay, so make it your mission to help them find you. This is how we make the world a better place through business analysis. So please leave me a comment below. I would love to hear your success story, either now or in the past, of positioning your transferable skills across industries. It's going to inspire your others. It's going to inspire you to put that down concretely and see it in the light of day. And it's going to help somebody else take that next step in our profession as well, because we really are all in this together, and together we can lift up our profession. And I would also be honored if you could share this video with your network. You never know who might need to hear this message right now. There's a lot of people going through a lot of pain, a lot of challenges, and I hope that this strategy will help them think bigger about the opportunities that are available to them and to you. And if you would like to learn more from me and Bridging the Gap and about the key skills that make you successful, that foundational skill set, which can help you also find those transferable skills that are relevant across industries, you can join my free Quick Start to Success workshop. There is a link below. And I always like to close with just my reminder, my mantra: we build our profession one business analyst at a time, and success starts with you. Thanks for being here.